All right, and we're back. That was 18 to Life, Peter Jackson right there. Really powerful track. You know, he's got that in association with Mothers Against Drunk Driving, and it's got a very, very powerful message, so definitely go and check out the video for that. And before that, we had some Chic Luch doing his Good Love track, and then the track that he did with PJ there, Oh My God. And then we've also got Peter Jackson on the phone with us right now. You with us?
Yes, sir.
That's good, brother.
Not too much, man. How you doing?
I'm doing all right. Just chilling out here. CFRU Studios, doing the radio thing, you know.
There you go.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Dope tracks, though, man.
Thank you.
That last one, man. That 18 to Life. That's a solid joint, man.
Yeah, it was nice to do a record that had a lot of meaning behind it, and something that was very personal to me, and I'm sure a lot of other people as well.
Oh yeah, for sure, man. Like, I know when I was growing up, one of my buddies got into an accident, similar situations. So you know, it happens for sure.
Yes, sir. It does.
So, but anyway, how's things going, man? You got this tour coming up. Unfortunately, of course, as I've let the people know of, Styles P could not make it across the border.
Yeah, I mean, it was the weird thing with the whole situation is he can cross. He just he got caught up a couple weeks ago with something, and he was busted on a possession charge of something very small, something like 3 grams or something, and they were already in the process of doing his TRP permits. So at that time, he didn't have that charge. And if we had known, or if the lawyers had known that he had this charge before they did the paperwork, they would have been able to get, some kind of pass. I don't know all the legal terms and everything, but it would have been all right because, I mean, he's been here before.
Yeah, oh yeah.
So it's just a process you got to go through, and I mean, right in the middle of the process, something happened, so it switched it up. But it was real dope of, Sheik to come through and be able to, pick up the slack for his brother at the end of the day that wasn't, able to get it done.
Yeah, for sure. Big salute to Sheik Luch, man, for being able to hold it down like that.
I mean,
these shows
you
popping.
guys all have the same hits and everything, so it's a little bit different of a show, but to be honest, it's the closest that it'll get to it without it being the same exact,
Oh, yeah, for sure. It's not like you can pull in another artist to fill in that slot and still have those same fans, so it's good to have, someone who's a part of the squad up there to represent.
Exactly.
That's what's good, man. So you're doing a few dates with him. What do you got coming up after that?
Right now, we're getting ready to do some North by Northeast festivals in Toronto in June. Got a bunch of dates coming up with Waka Flocka in June. We're doing a lot of touring and stuff over the summer, July, August, and September. We've got tours, and then basically just starting to release a lot of music. I got the first record off my mixtape coming out on Friday. It's called I guess we can't swear on it. Yeah, I knew you knew the name of the record, so I was like, But yeah, I got a record coming out called I Don't Care, pretty much, on Friday with Talib Kweli, Joel Ortiz, Troy Ave, MOP, and Sky Zoo. And I've actually got a few remixes to that exact same song, but this is the first one we're dropping off the mixtape. And I've been blessed to work with a lot of people on this mixtape that have just really done it out of love and respect of the music and everything. So it's been nice. So I think this mixtape is, going to be priority for us for a bit here, and a couple big singles as well that we're working on right now and getting ready to release.
That's good, man. That's dope to hear. Getting a record cut with Talib Kweli, man. That's something special, eh?
Yeah, I mean, I was when the first time I got it back, I got the record back from the A&R at Epic. They sent me the record back with 4 verses, and the first 4 verses that I heard were this guy Asim. Asim is a big ghostwriter, writes for a lot of people, and then there was a Talib verse, MOP, and somebody else. It might have been Freddie Gibbs at that point. And I was like, I kept playing the Talib verse over and over again because I think like he really came hard too. Like it was different for him. I think it was a little bit aggressive from a lot of the stuff he does.
Yeah.
So I think when people hear him in this light, they're gonna really like it. and appreciate what he did on it and stuff. And I mean, to have those caliber of MCs all on one record with, you know, someone who's new and fresh to the game is, you know, it's a good sign for me, and I think it's going to be an eye-opener for a lot of people that might have been sleeping.
I hope so, man. Definitely. I know people got to recognize for sure, and sometimes it really takes that the cosign from, you know, one of those bigger artists in the game to get people to recognize, like, oh snap, like this guy's doing things. You know, people in the game that are respected are working with him, and you know, that's a good look. So, but people need to wake up, because your music was dope before you were doing tracks with Big Cats. You know what I mean?
Yeah, no, I appreciate you. Yeah, and you guys have been paying attention for a long time. So I mean, yeah, I think it's just, you know, the cosign factor is a big thing nowadays, and I mean that stamp of approval is dope. But I mean, I think it can get lost too a lot of times now, because money can buy that, right?
Yep.
And I think that's the dopest thing about this whole mixtape is I have not paid for one feature on this mixtape, and I've probably got 30 big rappers on this mixtape, and I have not paid for one of them. I haven't paid for studio time for nobody, no verses, no nothing. There's a couple tracks on the album that we paid for, obviously, because it's a little bit different of a thing. You know, I got a record with DJ Premier, we paid Premier. You know, but that's like, you have to do those things out of respect when it comes to an album in the business. But the mixtape, I think that was something that I was telling people, like, you know, other people were like, well, you know, what's the business on this? And I'm just looking at them like, you know, we haven't paid anybody, we're not paying anybody, no disrespect, but for me, I wanted to do that because I don't want people to turn around and be like, oh, this kid had $1 million budget. Well, you know, I'm still out here grinding. I don't have $1 million budget, but I have $1 million records. You know what I mean? So that's
quote that. Quote that right there. I don't got $1 million budget, but I got $1 million records. Check it.
But you know what I mean? It's just for me, I think it's a way for me to feel very confident and you know, content with what I'm doing right now as well.
Word up. Well, yo, you skipped over that super quick, man, about doing the DJ record, or DJ Premier record, man. We got to touch on that. I got DJ Premier playing in the background right now, and I'm always rocking his stuff. He's been my favorite producer of all time since I started in this hip-hop stuff. And I was just on the phone with Lil Fame the other week from MOP talking about, you know, what it was like with him working with DJ Premier in the studio. So if you can touch on that just a little bit for the listeners and let people know, you know, what's that like working with somebody like DJ Premier?
Yeah, man. The first, there's this guy Brendan Hines, who's A&R in my mixtape. Him and Tyga are doing all the A&R work behind the tape. And I woke up like a Saturday morning or something, and to a phone call, and he was like, "Check your email." So I checked my email, and there was a record in there. And as soon as I hit it, I can't even remember what it was titled, but it didn't say Premier's name. And I heard it, and I knew it was a Premier record. And I got on the phone. And I said, whose record is that? And he was like, what do you mean, whose record is this? For you. And I was like, that's for me? Like, I mean, I've been waiting to touch like, I think I've probably recorded to 40, maybe 50 different Premier instrumentals. Same, yeah. Yeah, I think everybody has, you know, the Dat Piff and the J Arms tapes and all that kind of stuff. So when I got it, I was just like, I went right to the studio. My studio's only about 5 minutes from my house, but I went right to the studio and I cut probably 8 verses that day, and started sending them off to everybody and seeing what they thought, where we were, and all that kind of stuff. And then I went to my big studio, and we were actually in contact with Premier, playing them the verses and that kind of stuff. And I asked my engineer. My engineer used to be a really big DJ, and he's a great DJ with like cuts and like being a real technician with it. And I said to him, oh, I think we should just, you know, put the cuts in so we can show Premier what we're trying to do. And he laughed at me like you gotta be kidding me. Nobody does that. Like, don't do that. Like, don't touch the record. Premier knows what he's doing. You know, just give it back to him and let him finish the record. So I think it was, you know, for me, it was kind of surreal because, you know, I was just sent the beat. I wasn't in the studio with him, but then to know that, you know, you don't touch the record, let him do what he does. He's a king at what he does for a reason. Yeah. So, you know, it was nice. And it was, you know, he's probably the big on the album. We're already working on the album, so he's definitely one of the bigger producers we have on the new album, other than like Lex Luger. I think we got Pete Rock on the mixtape. We were just on the phone with Pete Rock the other day, so I think we're going to get that done. So
that's big, man. That's big.
It's nice.
Working with them big cats, man. That's real right there, though. DJ Premier, you're right, man. There's nobody in the game right now that can cut up a record like he can. So definitely, that was Dames, that was saying that.
No, that was Sheldon. This guy Sheldon Moore, because he's my engineer, but he's a very big DJ.
Okay.
And I mean, me and Dames probably would have done it. If it was me and Dames, he would have just been like, all right, let's do it. You know what I mean? But Sheldon's the older head, so he knew it was like, yo, don't do that. So it was different.
That's cool, man.
Yes, sir.
Working with the Primo, man. Fuck, that's something special, man. Something special for real. Treasure that, and I hope that definitely turns into to some more records, with him for sure. So that's a good look.
Yeah, so do I.
Big up. So what other things, like specific artists you've got coming around? I know you were mentioning something about a Shadyville Records possibly artist coming up.
Yeah, I think we're gonna get some. We're gonna have Joel Ortiz come up here in September. Just because Slaughterhouse is so busy right now, all as individuals, and they were supposed to come up to Canada about 3 or 4 times, and they've just had such a hard time with scheduling that it looks like just Joel Ortiz is going to come out in September. And I mean, there's a lot of other tours of the paperwork. We just finalized all the Energy Rush festivals as well for the summer with a big headliner from Young Money. There's a lot of stuff going on with the agency that I'm with now, so it's nice. It's a good look. I'm excited about the summer, and I'm excited about the mixtape. So
that's what's good. Yo, you were just on tour as well, weren't you? Like just recently. You did Fabulous and Pusha T, right?
Sorry, I'm thinking. I was like, what tour was that? Yeah,
you're always on tour, but yeah, that Fabulous and Pusha T. Talk to the people about that. How was that? How are the shows?
Really good, man. That was a really dope tour. I mean, for the simple fact that you had 2 A-list, artists together, and you got to see, Pusha was going on before Fab, but they both did an hour set. Pusha did, Pusha's got so many big hits right now. He's on so many big remixes, so to hear Pusha set, it was like a mixtape of all the biggest records that are out right now almost. Yeah. So that was crazy, and Fab had a full band, and all the shows, like, everything was at capacity, and it was just, it was a really good tour. The tour was done by another agency that we do a lot of spot work with. So it was good. It went really, really well, and I think almost every city that I had my hands in, or any city that I know of, sold out. So I think it's always a good idea to have more than one artist together if promoters are listening and that kind of stuff,
That's what's good, man. We're doing something similar on a smaller scale here, bringing up Reef the Lost Cause from AOTP and Killer Priest at the same time, coming up in August. So trying to do that bringing the two big guys really helps draw the crowd.
Yeah, for sure. And I mean, it gives it more of that festival appeal, man. It gives people more bang for their money too, right?
For sure.
There's so many shows, and there's so many little crap shows going on right now, so many little half-ass promoters, and just a whole bunch of crap going on that I think is good when people step up and actually give people something worth their money, and they're worried about the show, you know what I mean, instead of just worried about breaking bread and that kind of stuff. So to see that you guys are doing that, I think is a good thing. And I mean, your company's done a great job with a lot of shows lately, and I've said that to you numerous times lately, where the same way you said you see what I do, I see what you do too. And I think a lot of people should take recognition of what you're doing right now, and to help build your own career and build your company. And I think it's a really good look for everybody out there in the game. And if promoters are listening and stuff, they need to get it together and pay attention to what we're doing. And that's not no cockiness. That's just get your business together and do it properly.
Definitely. And that's the biggest thing, man, is like dealing with people. As long as you keep it 100 with people, your word is your bond, and you treat people with respect and dignity and stuff like that, it's it's kind of inevitable that things are gonna start working out.
Of course, brother. Always.
That's what's up, man. Well, much respect, man. Thank you for doing this interview. Definitely looking forward to the tour that's coming up. What's the title of your next project that you're releasing, once again, just so the people can know?
The mixtape's called Good Company, and it's hosted by Grammy Award-winning producer Ill Minds, and it's mixed by DJ Who Kid and DJ Dames Nellis. It'll be out probably in July, and then people are going to start seeing singles as early as Friday. So the first record will be out Friday, and I'm pretty positive it'll hit every major blog within 24 hours. So people just need to pay attention, and we'll be good.
That's what's up. All right, man. Much
All right,
respect.
thanks, Robbie.
Thank you.
Thanks, guys.
Peace.